happening in Nigeria. You are to see to the affair that there is no corruption, and then you are using your wife's account to siphon to get contracts and other money. So it's not good like that. What is happening to our leader? So I think justice should be done. Justice should prevail. Thank you, Dr. Oluyole from London.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, talking about the mega salaries being paid to our soldiers, I remember a guy, and I'm sure you remember that guy. He was the husband to one of our staff here in the very early 90s. And he left, he was a banker. He left the banking job, left for the US, and he joined the US Army. And he was earning fantastic salary. Well, that's a kind of thing we are talking about here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good to have you, sir.
Something is troubling my mind. How do these people think the captors, the abductors, and they are in the bush? How do they get food supply? How do they recharge their phones? I mean, they because they are communicating with us both now. So some people are actually getting in contact with these people. It pursues me.
Thank you very much.
070 5555 1985.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Ademola from Baden.
Good to have you, Mr. Ademola.
This President Tinubu said that it has reformed to deliver his promises. You see, we know that the government is trying, and the government must continue to work. You see, money is coming from certain sectors in the country, from petroleum and others, and money should be spent. Money should be spent judiciously on agriculture, welfare of the people, and the country, the government, and the wealthy people must continue to support people, must continue to assist the poor, and they must ensure their salaries are paid and well due. They must ensure prompt payment of salary. And this Sambolo and others, the man is trying, and he mustn't relent his effort in discovering the root of it, or dead people, and he should continue to work with the government. It is said that the Sambolo was trusted and other things, and he should continue to do the needful. Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you very much.
All right, check your time is 7:30 and we have to go. Been an interesting time on conversation, and we'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akambi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Top of the morning, sports fans. TGIF right here from the mother station Oluyole 98.5 FM as we bring you your breakfast sports show on radio. My name is Toby Ajawale, your host on the program this morning, and on the menu we have a whole lot to crunch in. We have a whole lot to dive in, and we have a whole lot to examine in the world of sports. Well, yes, of course, our top on the menu, of course, is a return to the FIFA World Cup. Finally, one side has now booked its place in the last four of the competition. We'll be giving you details of that. Of course, the FIFA World Cup getting to its business end. Of course, we'll be giving you other updates from the world of sports, counting down to the Commonwealth Games. Team Nigeria already looking ahead to doing honors for themselves. That is in Scotland. We'll also be giving you domestic football stories and all other sporting news. If time permits, we'll also be touching down at SW19, that is Wimbledon. So just sit back and enjoy that wonderful package which we have on the menu for you this morning. We're live on our radio network, so that is Okyogo 96.3 FM and Agilete 92.1 FM. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. The channel name is Oluyole 98.5 FM. Drop your comment on the live stream. Let us know where you're listening from. And also you could also react to some of the stories, or all of the stories which you've heard on the program this morning. We are also live on Radio Garden. You could also catch us on online Radio Box. So wherever you are across the world, you'll be part of the fun right here on the radio service of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. My name is Toby Ajawale once again. Well, without further ado, let us start from the doorstep of the National Sports Commission. Because right now the NSC, that's the National Sports Commission, has continued its strategic drive to position Nigeria as a leading international sporting destination after securing the hosting rights for the 2027 Africa Beach Games. And of course, the Africa Beach Games is a combination of beach sporting events, beach soccer or beach football if you like, beach volleyball, and even a whole lot of side attractions. And this marks the latest strategic collaboration between Nigeria and the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, ANOCA, following the recent signing of the hosting rights agreement for the second edition of the African School Games slated for Nigeria in year 2027. As I said, the African Beach Games comprises of beach volleyball, beach handball, beach football, and beach basketball, amongst others. Announcing the development in Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital, the president of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, Mustafa Beraf, said Nigeria demonstrated clear signs of emerging as Africa's leading sporting nation through the ongoing reforms under the leadership of the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Malam Shehu Diko, and the director general of the NSC, that is Bukola Olokpade. So right now, according to the initiative, Lagos State will be the venue of these beach games in the year 2027. Of course, we monitor with keen interest how things go. Now let's move straight to the preparation of Team Nigeria ahead of this month Commonwealth Games, because the first batch of Team Nigeria's track and field athletes and officials departed the country in the early hours of today, Friday, for the pre-Commonwealth Games training camp in Aberdeen, Scotland. And the contingent, made up of 8 athletes and 4 officials, left Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja as of 5 a.m. as preparations intensify for the upcoming Commonwealth Games. And the athletes on the first flight are Patience Okonjo, Favor Ashi, Prestina Ochonogo, Chidera Eziako, Jennifer Ubi, Esther Joseph, Blessing Ogunduro, Nadeka Lufakurede. And the officials accompanying the team were the Athletics Federation of Nigeria Technical Director Mr. Gabriel Okona, Olokbadilawa, Kolawole Patrick, Esabuno Nuki, and Sahid Akinkpelu. And the Aberdeen training camp is expected to provide the athletes with ideal environment to fine-tune their preparations ahead of the Commonwealth Games. And of course, in the coming days, we hope to link up with some of the officials who are now in Scotland right now. Of course, trust us to always give you not just the news, but also those behind the scenes that make such events very interesting. Also, the Director General of the National Sports Commission, Honorable Bukola Olopade, speaking ahead of the preparations for Team Nigeria's Commonwealth Games campaign, has said Nigeria's para-athletes, swimmers and judokas could spring pleasant surprises at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Scotland, as he expressed confidence that the country's traditional medal-winning sport would also deliver. Remember, Nigeria will be participating in 10 sports with 74 member athlete contingent at the games scheduled for the 23rd of July to the 2nd of August in Glasgow, the Scottish capital, with athletics, weightlifting, parasport and boxing already being Nigeria's bulk of medal-winning sports. Also, the DJ has now said some less fancy sport could also achieve. Quoting Olopade, he said the para-athletes will definitely come up with the gold medals. Same with para-athletics. We are open to winning 7 to 9 gold medals in athletics with Tobi Amusan, Koyinsola Ajayi, Temitope and Chukwuebuka all primed for gold medals. And we are also optimistic about the weightlifters, and I have been told that the boxers are looking good as well. And beyond the established medal contenders, the NSA boss believes that Nigeria could also expect medals in not traditionally delivered podium finishes in some sport like swimming. So let's see how all of this shape up as the team sweat it out ahead of the 23rd of July commencement date of the Commonwealth Games. From there, we now move to some boardroom matters as the new sitting volleyball president, that is Muhammad Abba Isa, has now commended the National Sports Commission for ensuring the recently concluded Parasport Federation elections were conducted in a free, fair and transparent manner. You might be wondering what we mean by sitting volleyball. Well, sitting volleyball is the para version of volleyball, so it's a para sport. So rather than the traditional standing which we see in volleyball, the players of this particular sport, they sit to play the sport of volleyball. So that's why we call it sitting volleyball. Well, the newly minted president, speaking after his emergence after the election, said the successful election marked the beginning of a new era for sitting volleyball in Nigeria, stressing that it was now time to work. Quoting him, he said, "It's now time for us to hit the ground running, as my vision is to take sitting volleyball to the global stage and take Nigeria to make Nigeria one of the leading nations in the sport." Well, the words of the newly elected president right there. Well, he further went on to thank the president of the chairman of the National Sports Commission, saying definitely the sport will move to greater heights. From there, let us move to football, because later this weekend in Asaba, Delta State, the Stephen Keshi Stadium comes alive as the men's and women's President Federation Cup finals will be going down as debutants Heartland Queens and Ikorodu City appear to have aces up their sleeves as they step forward confidently into the grand finale of this weekend and this year's President Federation Cup competition against more established names in Nigeria's football firmament, and so much excitement has now built up ahead of Saturday's spectacle at the iconic Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, the capital of Delta State, with the women's final set to commence at noon, while the men's final begins by 4 p.m. The Queens from Owerri have earned immense respect amongst the game's followers as the conquered better known FC Robo Queens of Lagos in the semi-finals, as the latter had seen of multiple winners in Rivers Angels in the quarterfinals before running into the Queens brick wall at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City, and before conquering FC Robo Queens, the girls from Owerri had proven themselves against Dragon Fury ladies, Audinayam Queens, Ibom Angels in the earlier stages, and the two-time champions Nasara Amazons of Lafia dejected Sunshine Queens of Akure in a closely fought semi-final at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu, before they must now be wary of the highly motivated girls from Owerri. All three-time champions Elkanami Warriors of Maiduguri are now up against newcomers Ikorodu City in the men's final, with a big football war expected, as the winner will pick a ticket to represent Nigeria in the CAF Confederations Cup. So it is all to play for and all to look ahead to, because El Kanemi Warriors won the trophy consecutively in 1991 and 1992 before overpowering Abia Warriors in the 2024 final at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena to lift it for a third time in their footballing history. Of course, in our subsequent sport programs on radio and TV, we will be previewing this game set to kick off later tomorrow. Well, to the Nationwide League One, that's the third tier of club football in Nigeria. Right now, it has been confirmed that the Enyimba International Stadium in Aba, in Abia State, will serve as host for the 2026 promotion playoffs for the South and the Southeast, with the playoffs set to run from Wednesday, July 29th to the 2nd of August. That will be on Sunday. The NLO Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Oluyole Ogunowo, disclosed this in a communique released yesterday on Thursday, as Ogunowo urged the Abia State Football Association to ensure a smooth and highly competitive and well-organized tournament with the 5-day playoffs involving teams from the South and the Southeast zones, and will be held simultaneously at the designated centers. And the NLO has said there will be a zero tolerance policy for indisciplined late arrivals or failure to produce valid player licenses. And some of the qualified teams to the Nigeria National League, that's the second tier, that is Mighty Jets Feeders of Jos, Neurospark FC, DMD Football Club, Junior Damburam FC, they have now gained promotion to the NNL. Well, as we prepare to go for a commercial break right now, Barao Football Club, a side in the Nigeria Premier Football League based in Kano State, they have now been crowned the best newly promoted club of the season at the 2026 Nigeria Premier Football League League Bloggers Award, with the prestigious award presented at the gala held in Ikeja, Lagos State on Wednesday. An event organized by Matchroom brought together the best of players, sport administrators and stakeholders in the NPFL, with the club president Alhaji Shawala Barao Jubrin also amongst the football administrators, and the club general manager Dominic Iofa also was there to receive that laurel. Well, congratulations to the club. We'll be going for a short commercial break right now. When we return, all things FIFA World Cup. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Ó yà mí lẹ́nu o. Ẹ wo bí wọ́n ṣe tò àwọn táìsì yìí lẹ́sẹẹsẹ tí wọ́n sì dán ògiri náà gbìnrín. Ẹ wo àjà ilé pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan nípa ilé yìí ló dunjú. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o ẹnjìníà.
Ẹ ṣé gan màdámù, ẹ ṣé gan.
Ṣé sọ pé àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n jẹ́ oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ni wọ́n ṣe gbogbo iṣẹ́ ribiribi yìí?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni màdámù, gbogbo iṣẹ́ mi mo máa ń fá fún àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n ti kọjá nínú ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ àjọ Industrial Training Fund tí a mọ̀ sí SUPA.
Àbájọ, ẹ ṣeun tí ẹ fi àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tí wọ́n gba ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n sì ní ìwé ẹ̀rí SUPA kọ́ ilé mi.
Kò tọ́pẹ́ rárá máa kò tọ́pẹ́.
Ìwọ náà lè di oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tó ní ìwé ẹ̀rí SUPA pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ àti ọpọlọ tó kárí ayé.
Ẹ kàn sí www.itf.gov.ng tàbí kẹ́ ẹ lọ sí èyíkéyìí nínú ọ́fíìsì ITF tó bá súnmọ́ yín jùlọ.
SUPA nínú iṣẹ́ àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ Nàìjíríà sùnwọ̀n sí fún àwọn iṣẹ́ tó SUPA.
born here in this place. You belong. You've been this brave all along. What broke you once made you strong. Die, die, ego, halle, halle, let's go. Die, die, ego, halle, halle, let's go. Die, die.
Yes, you're welcome back from that commercial break. Oh, don't get it twisted, you're on to the radio service of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. Oluyole 98.5 FM, Okyogo 96.3 FM, and Agility 92.1 FM. Yes, simultaneously, we are live across those radio frequencies. And of course, FIFA World Cup up next. And of course, one side have now booked their place to the last four of the FIFA World Cup. 1998 champions, the Le Bleu of France, 2018 champions, they have now booked their place into the semi-finals thanks to goals from Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele. 6 minutes apart, both men ensured that the Europeans triumphed over the Desert Foxes of, should I call them the Atlas Lions actually, of Morocco. And that has ensured that Kylian Mbappe, 20 World Cup matches, 20 World Cup goals. That young man seems to be the next big thing, or perhaps the next big thing after the duopoly of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi for several years. Well, I have the guys in the studios with me. I have Yinka, I also have Dakpo in the studio, with Beard also sharing their thoughts about the World Cup game. But I'll be starting with Yinka right here. Well, France, Morocco, we were here discussing about this game yesterday. Right now, it was France marching on. Your thoughts?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's the weekend. I already knew that Morocco, despite their team thing, I knew that they wouldn't be able to defeat France. I just knew, even though Amrabat, they have Amrabat, they actually have Hakimi and the likes. I just knew that they wouldn't be able to overpower these guys because they're actually gunning for another semi-final. And with the way I'm looking at this World Cup, hopefully it's going to be against France and Argentina again. The way I'm actually looking at it, well, other teams are there. You still have Spain in the mix. Spain is still in the mix too. And looking at yesterday's game, in fact, it was France dominated all through. They actually dominated all through. In the first half, they had 10 attempts at goals, 3 on target. So in fact, Morocco were not even able to get into their half. So I just knew that this would be a one-sided game, and it was. And I just like the fact that Mbappe did not allow that missed penalty to even get into his head, and that's what I just love, the fact that they actually have this teamwork, they have this synergy, and that paved the way for them. I said yesterday it would be something like a 2-0, 3-0 game for them, and of course they won by 2-0.
Strong words. Well, I also have Dakpo to also share his thoughts about that game from yesterday. Well, Dakpo, I want to believe you also watched that game. Also, Biodun to also share his thoughts about that game. But Dakpo, let's start from you here. Yes, what were your thoughts from yesterday's game?
Good morning to the listeners. It was a very great game for France yesterday because, like I always say, Morocco are not they were not dangerous like last World Cup. Because although they played big teams, they played many big teams in this World Cup, but they are not really dangerous like the past World Cup. Look now, where it was France that defeated them last one by 2-0. This year also 2-0. But looking at this year's performance, I will not really put them high like that, because looking at this against France, they were really timid. I think they were even afraid to even come out of their own half, and France just dominated the game. Assuming Kylian Mbappe scored that penalty in the first half, I feel like they would even defeated Morocco completely, because they were not even in the game at all. I mean, they had 0 shots, 0 goal on target, 0. Everything was 0 during the first half. So I just feel like they tried. Yeah, they represented themselves enough and they did well for themselves. So congratulations to Kylian Mbappe and the France national team.
Congratulations to them. Biodun, let us hear your thoughts. Do you think France they can go all the way and maybe win the World Cup?
First of all, good morning to our viewers and listeners at home. France can go if Argentina didn't come and disturb them, because the only threat they have in this World Cup is only Argentina. Yes, the way they play their game, they start from their game from the midfield, and the only country that can stop them right now is only Argentina, because the Argentina physicality can stop the France midfield from winning the World Cup. So if they didn't face Argentina, I think they can still win this World Cup, this coming World Cup. If they face Argentina if they didn't face Argentina in the final of this World Cup, because I know they booked their spot in the FIFA World Cup final. Yes, because I don't think Spain can stop them. Spain or Belgium, either of the two can stop them from not entering the final. And looking at the game yesterday, Morocco, and they really tried. The first African country to reach the World Cup quarter final twice. Yes, they really represent Africa well. But it's just that the way they started that game yesterday, they can't. Their midfield are not enough to go against the France midfield. But kudos to France all the way.
Kudos to France all the way. Well, let's see if they'll truly go all the way. Well, the games will continue from later tonight at 8 p.m. Nigerian time. The Battle of the Reds. La Furia Roya, that's the Royal Reds of Spain versus the Diablo Rouge, that's the Red Devils of Belgium. And of course, it's going to be a game that we see the 2010 champions, that is Spain, coming up against Belgian national team, who has been dubbed maybe underachievers. They have had the name tag of the golden generation on them. Perhaps the last chance for the likes of Romelu Lukaku or even Kevin De Bruyne maybe to win something from or on the international scene. But the likes of Amadou Onana are injured. Zabasta, also of Belgium, injured. And no suspensions or reported injuries for the Spanish national team. But before we talk more about this game, we'll be going for another commercial break. When we return, we'll speak briefly about this match, and of course we'll see BYU. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Since the dawn of day,
I am Malario, the king of malaria parasites. My mission is simple: to take over your body, to cause fever, chills, headache. But one thing stands in my way. Come on, come on, come on.
Effective relief from malaria. Comal on, malaria gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult doctor.
Well, sports fans, you're welcome back from the commercial break. You're still on to the radio service of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. Well, we are pressed for time, but the guys in the studios will only drop their predictions in one word, starting from Yinka right here. Your prediction for the game, Spain-Belgium.
3-2.
Spain 3, Belgium 2. Well, let's see how clear that will be. Well, to Biodun, let me start with Biodun also. Your own prediction, Spain-Belgium?
90 minutes draw, 1-1.
90 minutes draw, 1-1.
Spain will qualify in penalty.
Spain via penalties. And to Dapo, your own prediction?
2-1 win for the 2010 champions.
2-1 win for Spain. Well, the guys have laid their markers. Well, let's see how it will be. 8 p.m. Nigerian time. That fixture set to go down. But it's time for us to drop anchor. Tomorrow morning we'll be back here. But it will be Boluwaji Ogumola, your host on the program. But I'm Mr. Biajiwale. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. We'll see you next time.
Fueling your vitality the whole day through. Embrace each challenge with
with 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. One Supermalt multivitamin after breakfast every day keeps you going.
Gbàgede.
With 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. One Supermalt multivitamin after breakfast every day keeps you going.
Bójúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o. Ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o, ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni. Ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o. Ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ lèmi o. Ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ìròyìn kárí ayé màlélẹ́yìn o. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán yín tó lóko yín. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọ gbọ́. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Oluyole FM. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ajílété FM ẹ tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Abẹ́ Praise ó tún ti yá ká tún jọ gbọ́ Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́. Ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o. bójúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ lẹ́ni o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí inú lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán ìní tó lóko yìí ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọ̀lé FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM ẹ tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́. ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Agbẹ́press ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́. ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o.
tán àtúnkù ojúmọ́ mọ́ ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ ti ń láǹfààní àti gbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà tó kárí ilé kárí oko òun náà ló tún dé sétí ìgbọ̀yìn láti ìkànnì mẹ́ta ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ kọ́mọ̀bà jẹ́ àdánìkànjẹ́ ìlú Ìbàdàn Ajílété 92.1 FM Òkè Ògùn 96.3 FM àjọǹṣe ní Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM ibẹ̀ làwa wáyé Àìṣà àtọ̀ládẹ̀jọ́ ń bẹ́ńbí táàjọ mú ètò wá sétí ìgbọ̀yìn ọmọ ilé ìnìrè ló tún dé sétí ìgbọ̀yìn olómú tuntun wá sétí ìgbọ̀yìn fèníṣẹ́pọ̀ níbi rẹ̀ sànú wọlé òbúkọ ní yamila ṣùgbọ́n nítorí tọ́nà àràǹdí wa ẹ̀bẹ́ bá ti ra ojúlówó yín tán ẹ̀sùn ẹ̀yìn àníríjà àbáríkà àjímọ̀ Solomon Adéṣọlá rẹ̀ mú lóko mi.
mo kí wa níbi gbogbo tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀ a kó àmójúbà ara wa lórí ìròyìn elétí ọ̀fẹ́ Bùnmi Elégbèdé lórúkọ tèmi ẹ káàárọ̀ o àsìkò tún bí ojú ọjọ́ bó ti rí àpò afẹ́rẹ́ yìí
àpò fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́
yìí àpò òjò
àsìkò bí wẹ́líwẹ́lí ẹ̀ náà ṣe ń ṣẹ́lú
wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́ yóò tù wá lára o.
bá a bá ti dé báyìí mọ̀ pé kókó òní àkọ́kọ́ mú wá sí etí ìgbọ́ yín kókó náà ló sì ṣe pàtàkì tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́. Ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu wọ́n ní ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà ẹ̀yin ìgbàgbọ́ tẹ́ nínú àwọn ẹ mọ tiẹ̀ jọ sákì rárá ẹjọ́ wà di gbígbẹ́ torí páwọn ò ní já yín tàn mọ́ wọ́n wá níṣẹ́ rí àtúntò táwọn ń ṣe yìí ẹ rí lọ́jọ́ iwájú sílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà àtúnṣe yìí ẹ rí nígbà tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní farahàn Ààrẹ Tinubu ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
lórí ìdásílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ àwọn gómìnà ń fẹ́ kí àgbékalẹ̀ ìlànà àti àtìlẹ́yìn òfin kó wà fún ìdásílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ wọn ni nítorí pé ó nílò àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó gbẹlẹgẹ́ kò sì nílò kí wọ́n tún mú ọwọ́ òṣèlú kí wọ́n fi bọ́ ọ́.
Àpábíò ó ní ohun kan tó dùn lójú ni pé bẹ́yìn ọmọ Nàìjíríà bá ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún Ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu lọ́dún 2027 ó lẹ́rìí pé ẹ kọrin ayọ̀ fàyè gbọ́ ọ wá ní ohun kan yìí dá mi lójú bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni ó yé mi yéké pé bẹ́yìn ọmọ Nàìjíríà bá dìbò fún Tinubu ọjọ́ ọ̀la yín á dára orin lọ́kọ̀ o.
ṣe àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ni wọ́n mà ti ń súré báyìí o láti tètè gbé orúkọ àwọn olùdíje tí yóò díje fún ipò kan tàbí òmíràn nínú ètò ìdìbò gbogbogbò tí yóò wáyé lọ́dún 2027 ni wọ́n ti ń súré lọ báyìí o sójú òpó ayélujára àjọ elétò ìdìbò nílẹ̀ INEC bí gbèdéke àti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò ṣe parí ní ọ̀la òde yìí.
a gbọ́ pé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ADC ó fi ẹ̀sùn kan ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC lórí kíni lórí El-Rufai wọ́n ní ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ gbèrò láti jẹ́ pé ká parí ètò ìdìbò gbogbogbò ọdún 2027 kó tó di pé wọ́n wàá yọ̀ǹda El-Rufai láti máa wá ṣe fàájì ń gbòòrò ayé padà.
Adélabú Fọlárìn Buhari Ọláníyàn gbogbo wọn ṣèpàdé o wọ́n ní wọ́n gbà láti jọ ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ fún àṣeyọrí Ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu nínú ìbò gbogbogbò tí yóò wáyé lọ́dún 2027 àmọ́ wọ́n ní níbi ìpàdé ọ̀hún wò tiẹ̀ mẹ́nuba ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí yóò díje fún ipò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni lórí ti ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n ní wọ́n fi àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ilẹ̀ wa ń bè sọwọ́ padà sílé láìpẹ́ láìjìnà mélòó ni wọ́n ní 104 làwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà àti ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ò fi sọwọ́ padà sílé nítorí àwọn ìwà ọ̀daràn kan àbómi tí wọ́n ní wọ́n lọ́wọ́ nù rẹ̀.
ilé aṣòfin àgbà ilé wa ti fọwọ́ sí bílíọ̀nù 440 náírà gẹ́gẹ́ bí owó ẹ̀dáwó fún ọlọ́pàá èyí tí wọ́n ti fi bọnú àbá ètò ìṣúná ọdún 2025-2026 báyìí.
àdúpẹ́ lórí ti ètò ìdìbò tí ó wáyé nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àjọ elétò ìdìbò ọ̀rọ̀ àwa oníròyìn ó ní ẹ dákun ntọ́ bá jẹ́ ojúlówó ìròyìn ni ẹ gbé jáde kẹ́ẹ̀sì rí pé ẹ gbógun ti àwọn ayédèrú ìròyìn tí àwọn kọ̀lọ̀rọ̀ sí kan lè fẹ́ gbé jáde.
wọ́n pàrọwà ọ̀ràwọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ sí ẹ̀yin oníròyìn
kékáyé máa ṣọkúṣọ.
Ndúbè òun náà ló ti ṣèpàdé pẹ̀lú ààrẹ Tinubu ó ní ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò yìí òun náà mà ní ìgbélárugẹ tí ń débà o lábẹ́ ìṣèjọba ààrẹ Tinubu.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ndúmẹ̀ òun náà ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu wọ́n ní lẹ́yìn ìpàdé tó wá bá ààrẹ Tinubu ṣe wọ́n ní ó gbòòn sórí àtẹ́gùn ọba àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ ó pé n tó ń bá ààrẹ wa sọ náà ni pé bóò ni ètò ààbò ṣe mú yanyan sí i àti pé kí ààrẹ ó gbìyànjú àti máa bá àwa ọmọ Nàìjíríà sọ̀rọ̀ ní tààràtààrà sọ̀rọ̀ ní tààràtààrà ètí òfin ní jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa fi ohùn sí ọ̀dọ̀ ẹnìkan tí wọ́n máa pé wọ́n ní ààrẹ sọ pé èyí nǹkan ni ẹni tí ó dá ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó.
tọ́ Sultan òun náà ni wọ́n ní ó ti ṣe ìpàdé pẹ̀lú ikọ̀ pope wọ́n sì jíròrò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ aṣáájú àwọn mùsùlùmí àti kìrìsìtẹ́nì lórí bí àjọṣepọ̀ tó gúnmọ́ yóò ṣe wà tí ọ̀rọ̀ òfin ní máa di ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń ṣe báyìí ẹ̀yin náà lẹ́ ń ṣe báyìí.
lórí ètò ìdìbò tí wọ́n ṣe ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun nínú oṣù kẹjọ a gbọ́ pé àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tí wọn kì í ṣe ti ìjọba ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n ní àkọọ́lẹ̀ lábẹ́ ìjọba wọ́n rọ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá láti ṣiṣẹ́ wọn bí iṣẹ́ kí wọ́n sì mọ́ fì síbì kan ju bì kan lọ torí pé wọ́n ní wọ́n ti ń kun ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ìdìbò náà ní ọ̀dà burúkú ṣáájú ká tó dìbò gan wọ́n ní ọ̀dà burúkú wọ́n ti ń kun.
lórí ètò ìdìbò gómìnà tí yóò wáyé nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun nìròyìn eléyìí náà dá lórí àjọ elétò ìdìbò nílẹ̀ wa INEC òun náà ni wọ́n ní ó ti gbé ìwé àkọọ́lẹ̀ orúkọ gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú àti àwọn tó dángájá láti dìbò nínú ètò ìdìbò náà wọ́n ló sì fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wípé àwọn olùdìbò tó dáńtọ́ mílíọ̀nù 2